This is really about local effort and helping an 80-year-old couple that doesn't have an opportunity to do this themselves, or maybe they don't even have their family that are able to do it. And so this is a pretty special thing for the whole community to jump in and participate and contribute. And I think we should be doing a lot more at the national level to support this kind of effort. Local people, volunteers are out. I think you have military people here, local volunteers, a church group, all of them working very hard to replace a roof. The crew here that is putting things together is particularly dedicated. They bring people that have an enormous experience. I mean, here we're talking about today replacing an entire roof. I mean, in most cases, that takes a very specialized roofing team, but the experience is here today to do that, and Bernie and Kelly and the rest of them, I think, bring some very special talents to this job.
Originally, the organization, when we first started, it was called Christmas in April. And subsequently, the charity, the main charity, decided to change its name to Rebuilding Together. So now all the affiliates are rebuilding together, and we're the local affiliate for Sandoval County. And we do home repairs for elderly, low-income, and handicapped homeowners in southern Sandoval County.
Rebuilding Together National has been around for, I believe it's, gosh, going on 20 years or so. The national organization, we have different affiliates, you know, all across the United States. Rebuilding Together of Southern Sandoval County was formulated in 1999.
Christmas in April is sort of the renovation or rehab equivalent to Habitat for Humanity. Eventually the name was changed to Rebuilding Together on the national level, and our chapter in Sandoval County did the same. We've always had as a service area Rio Rancho, Bernalillo, Placitas, and Corrales. And the projects move around from one to another. There are usually 7 or 8 projects a year, including a big one in the month of April, going back to the earlier organization's name.
For years we've been getting volunteers from Russ Kazar. He used to be involved with the Teen Court program, and he used to send us volunteers from that program. Now he runs the community service program for Rio Rancho, and if we need volunteers, we get a hold of him, and he usually sends out a bunch of good, hard-working people. You know, first thing I guess I want to say about the community service, I think the guys would rather come here than go pick up garbage and weeds from the side of the road. Yeah. It's a lot more, I think it's better for them physically and mentally. You know, it's a lot more enjoyable and constructive way for them to spend their community service time than doing something like that.
Rio Rancho is a community where people care about each other. We see a high level of volunteerism, and I really think that both of these communities working together are a great model for the rest of New Mexico in undertaking projects like this.
And so it's a great, you know, I would hear a friend of mine would talk about it. She was on the board, and she would tell me about the projects and the people and, you know, the helping. It's like, you know, I've been very lucky in my life, and you got to give back to your communities.
We get grants from the city of Rio Rancho with HUD. We get grants from the Sandoval County Commission. We get grants from some of the banks and other businesses. We get donations from a lot of businesses. Ever since we started the charity, we've gotten free storage units at Rio Rancho Storage for all these years, and they've never asked us to pay for it. They've just been so generous. Everyone's so generous to us. Getting the volunteers out to actually do the work and help us to accomplish the tasks that the homeowners need are really the backbone of our whole program.
It's a really good feeling to do something for somebody else that just, you know, couldn't do it. I like to do a lot of stuff for myself around my own house because I've, you know, got some of the skills and some tools, but there's a lot of people that don't or can't afford it, especially maybe older people. So this is, I think, something we all should do, is try to give back to the community and give back to people that, you know, can't do it for themselves.
There's people that build houses, Habitat. There's really not anybody else that repairs existing homes that people live in. And people that are living on Social Security, they don't have thousands of dollars to pay for the repairs that it takes to bring their homes back up to the point where they can live in them.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel the fact that I made an impact in somebody's life. You know, I I helped out somebody that financially or physically cannot help themselves. And God's been good to me, gave me good health and finances that I could help out.
I see across New Mexico's communities a very, very strong volunteer attitude. Volunteerism is throughout all of our communities, and when people see that somebody's in need, their heart goes out and they jump in and contribute. I mean, you look at the 20 or 30 or 40 people that are here on a Friday morning working hard to help out, and that's just a wonderful thing to see.
Oh, when my dad first told me, I mean, at first I wanted to help them, you know, I always like helping people out if they need little things done. I mean, my aunt had her roof needed done too, so I did that. That's why I helped them over here and chose to do this one, because I learned a little bit of experience from doing roofing, but I like it. I like helping them out. I got to meet the owner of the house and thanked me a lot, and it's nice. It's good to help people out.
The first requirement is that they meet our needs as a low-income household, and then if they meet that need, and then we try to help disabled and the elderly. But we also, as we grow, have started to help more people, and as we've gotten more funding from different organizations, we can help single mothers, single fathers, households, young couples, and like I say, as long as they qualify through the money needs, then we can try to see what we can do to help them.
It just makes me feel very warm and fuzzy inside. I get very excited about it. I think this is something that's pretty doggone special. You know,
it's a little sweat and a little painful on the knees, but it's worth it to give back to somebody that couldn't afford to have something done like this.
Well, I get a lot of pride in the community and a lot of appreciation for the volunteers that step forward to help with the project.
Because I think it makes a person feel good when they're able to do something for someone else. And I like to give back and help people as much as I can. So to be able to share that with other people and give them the opportunity to have the same blessing of enriching someone's life and actually helping them out and making a difference.
We always feel good when we help people, and I feel infinitely blessed in my life. And this is my way of sharing back with people in the community that have needs. And I think the volunteers leave the site feeling exactly the same way. They feel that they really came out, helped someone in the community that needed some help, not just did their time for community service. And at the end of the day, they can look back and see what they created. And you don't see people leaving here with a sad face. You see everyone leaving here happy. They might be tired, but they're still happy, and they feel good about themselves.